Yes, I'm sure I want to start the stream. Here we go. We're going at 6,000 kilobits a second, or about 6 megabits a second. Not bad for a 1080-60 live stream. And yes, we are live streaming in 1080-60. This camera that I'm using currently is 720-30, but when I switch back over to my desktop monitor, it will be 1080-60. So you'll be able to watch the editing tutorial in 1080-60 if you choose to. Right now, I'm using the Logitech C615 and connected to OBS Studio, and I'm using my Zoom H4n as the recording device and also a mixer. My audio from the computer, the output to the computer, is going into here and then mixes with the microphone and just spits out one signal to OBS. OBS encodes it, sends it to YouTube, 1080-60. At least I'm hoping it's 1080-60. I'm going to try and play it and see how it looks. Well, technically, it's not scheduled yet because we still got 2 minutes until the live stream actually starts. So if I go to my, and it's frozen. If I go to my share link, does it show the video feed? Because I'm not entirely sure if it does. Yes, it does. It in fact works. So we've got 1 minute and 40 seconds until I'm going to start the editing tutorial. I advertised this event on Instagram stories, I think. So hopefully some people from there will join in or whatever. Currently there's one person watching, so that's kind of cool. This might be a little boring. I don't know how long it's going to last. So, I mean, if you want to keep watching, then I guess so. But currently, I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm hoping it's going to last about an hour. I don't know if it's going to go longer, shorter, whatever. I'm just waiting for the, oh gosh, my eyes are freezing up already. Just waiting for the 0 hour, as I call it. It's 2 p.m. It's currently 1:59, so we're about to start the tutorial. If you're watching not live, if you're just watching this as a recorded broadcast, then I guess go ahead and skip forward, because there's no point in you watching this at all. Got about 30 seconds left. I'm going to test my audio one more time. So far, from my monitor, they sound fine. If I get too close, I think it'll become louder. I'll have to talk a little quieter. But I hope it doesn't catch too many noises that I don't really want it to catch. Pretty sure it will, but, you know, whatever. And we're started. So it's officially 2 p.m., and I'm sure you're here to see the live editing tutorial of my Logos Prep 2018 retreat recap. That is in fact what I'm going to be showing you today. I am recording my screen live, sending it to OBS, and OBS is encoding it, sending it to YouTube, whatever. So let's start. I'm going to switch my scene to my actual monitor display. Yes, this is my actual monitor display. So far I can see that it's going perfectly smooth with the 60 FPS capture. So I do all my editing in Adobe Premiere Pro, which is exactly what I'm going to be using today. I really need to learn to not talk a lot, because I'm sure it's just annoying for a lot of people. I'm going to start a new project, and I'm just going to simply put it in my Creative Cloud files. This is LP Retreat Recap 2018, and I am editing on a single screen today because my other screen, one, cannot capture two screens at one time, and two, I have to use it for my live dashboard for YouTube. So, I have compiled all the media from Brad. I met him at church today, and he gave me his GoPro footage, which is in this folder called Brad HERO4 Video. And the way you can import stuff into Premiere is you can simply just drag folders and it'll create bins. Well, the desktop audio is working now that I heard that, so at least that's working. And this is something that I did try on my laptop when I was at church, is these two files are corrupted, so I won't be able to use those. There's 24 videos that I'm using right now. Since this is the first time importing them into Premiere, it has to conform them, which is basically just turn the audio into a usable type of thing here. I think I should turn my microphone down because I can hear it super loud in my ears. So I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. And it is kind of weird that this microphone is stereo, so the stereo balance is probably changing as I move from side to side. I don't think that's too big of an issue. Probably sounds cool. Go back to my Premiere Pro thing, and this last folder, that is the HERO4 IS. Yes, that is IS and not something else. It has just a bunch of image files. So I'm going to start with the first image file, go down to options and make sure image sequence is checked. That's what IS stands for, image sequence. And what this does is it basically makes a time lapse of the pictures. So it'll just turn the pictures into individual frames of video that you can then either turn into a time lapse or bring it into a timeline and slow it down and do other stuff to it, which is what I'll be doing. The last thing that I will be doing is adding the music, which is a clean version of Ballin' by Gravitz, which I made myself in Adobe Audition. And it says Retreat Edit. Make sure that's not too loud there, so you can kind of hear it in the background. That's the mixer for the H4n. In the original version of Ballin', it's slightly longer, and it also says one word in there that I kind of took out. I believe that's in here. So you can kind of hear how the song sounds like. I think this is going to be a really good track for the kind of hype up type environment that the Retreat is. For some reason, it did not import it. There we go. Now it's imported. So it's 2 minutes and 9 seconds. We'll have to fill up 2 minutes and 9 seconds of video from these 24 video clips that Brad has provided me with. And what I'm going to do with all these clips, go into metadata display, and I've made a preset that will basically turn on the creation date in the basic metadata so that I can order it by date created. Oh, I really need to stop talking a lot. So as you can see, they're all sequentially named, so I didn't really need to do that, but that's just if you have multiple cameras or multiple clips that are not sequentially numbered or whatever. So now they're in order of date. So this is the earliest video that was taken at 1 p.m. 2 days ago. Seems reasonable. And I think this is inside the barn. Correct me if I'm mistaken, because I didn't actually go. And he claimed that he took all of his videos in 1080-60, which is why this thing says 1/4. If you noticed, I'm actually playing this back at 1/4 resolution. Because the bitrate is so high on the HERO4, it And I tried this on my laptop and it didn't really go well. But it actually looks like I don't really need to do that with the Hackintosh here. So I need to find a suitable first clip to start out the thing. I'm going to actually switch back to icon view and go list view sort. So now they're in order. And I can see the thumbnails for each of them. So I'm going to try and find a clip. Actually, I should really put it back to 1/4 so I can scrub through it faster. I think I muted the audio too. And I'm touching my microphone. I bet you can hear my fan in the background. Still holding steady at 60 FPS apparently, so that's good. And I'm really just looking for a suitable video clip here. This one I can tell he accidentally pushed the button and it enabled it. This is just them walking around, I guess. I need to find a good first clip. And I think this is a good first one. So I'm going to click I on the keyboard to mark the end point. And just keep it like that. Now because all these clips still have audio, I'm going to mute out the audio. So I'm going to click the M on track 1 and add in my audio track. Unmute the computer. And it is a 1080-60 timeline. So I will be, in fact, editing this as a 60 FPS video. You're welcome. And I'm going to cut it right at a drop. And then just start finding some other ones. And start making the compilation. I'm going to try not to talk too much because I know it's kind of annoying. Hopefully it's not too boring for you either, because I don't want to make this boring. Kind of want to make it something that might be possibly enjoyable, but I don't know if it will be. I'll try to make it enjoyable for you, but really this is kind of for my records. I'm basically just cutting the clips together, making a very simple, oh my gosh, making a very simple timeline here. Is the camera on? I don't know. Yeah, it is. That's great there. Should use that or something. Be funny. I think that's good too. Also, one other thing that I'm going to do just to make it kind of cool is I'm going to change the aspect ratio to, let's see, what in the world, custom. So I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 1920 by 810. Keep it at 5994. It's 5994, it's not 60 because of the drop frame. So now you see it's an ultra wide video. Now I'm going to edit the video with the pillar boxes just so that I can see my whole composition. And then once I go back, once I'm thinking it's good, I'm going to undo the scale to frame size. And just going to scale up the 1080p video to the ultra wide aspect ratio. And there is the cinematic aspect ratio. Obviously it's not cinematic. I'll talk about that in a second. Gotta finish this composition. This is a 16-minute long video of something that I probably shouldn't know about. Editing takes a while, so I am sorry if this is boring to you. You don't have to watch, okay? Just gonna see how long it needs to be. So at that point, I can actually use some of the iPhone X footage that I got from the LP Student Life Instagram page, which I think some of it's pretty good. Obviously, this one is gonna be horrible to try and edit this. Oh my gosh. That is horrible, but at least something. Someone's home, I guess. I'll try to ignore that. I don't know what this is. I'll probably have to listen to it. Oh, it's some game. Okay, then. Oh! They hung a toilet seat on the ceiling and tried to throw toilet paper through it. Actually, that's kind of genius. Yeah, my keyboard's just a standard Apple keyboard, but it's actually quite ridiculously loud. Maybe because there's a microphone pointed towards it, but pretty loud, man. No way, they've actually got movers in there? That is awesome. That's pretty cool. Kind of wish I was there now. No, I don't. Are these the same clips? Yeah, they are the same clips. So, a couple of these got imported twice. So I'm going to take those out. So now it's... Oh, there's more duplicates. I don't know what this is. Is this a house leader? Oh yeah, that's Miss Noel. Oh, what? No way, that's Josh. That is funny. I need to hear what they're saying. So I could do a cool effect with that, so I'm going to move that to the end there, right before the hyperlapse. Yes, that's a hyperlapse, because that's what Instagram calls it. If someone from Logoset took that video, yeah, I didn't ask for your permission, but I will give you credit. I'll add in the titles later. And I hopefully will show how to do titles. I have the Essential Graphics panel up here, which I'll be showing you how to use. But right now I'm just trying to create a composition. I think that's a... Yeah, that is a real time. Then I've got a slow-mo shot of that too. So I'm going to look at my slow-mo shots and see if that is in fact the same thing. So I got a green one there. And a big dude. Yep, that's the same shot. So there'll be a slow-mo shot there. I can speed that up a little bit. So drag this one in here. I think this is the real-time one. Didn't slow-mo. Yep. It's too long. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Slightly too short now. So I have a great idea for this clip. Because he's spinning, I'm going to use the effect controls and the rotation and basically just make the image go like that at the end there. What in the... Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in so I can see a bit more. Basically, starting here, I'm going to rotate the image a ton of times and scale it in a little bit. So I'd say that many times is good. 3 times 337 or 308 now. That is actually too many times. So I'm going to move my keyframe back in there. Go back to the keyframe and undo some of the spins. See how that is. That's still too many spins. So I'm going to undo a few more spins there. That is almost perfect. Undo scaled frame size. And there you go. Starting at the first keyframe and make a scaling keyframe. Basically at the end it'll just zoom in. No, I'm not trying to zoom into that part. Basically zoom in right there. That looks awesome. I can use some slow-mo shots here. Be cool. So I'm going to use this one of the powder paint because it's a little bit longer. And how convenient. It's a 60 FPS timeline, so it looks pretty good. It's right there. You cut it. Oh, and by the way, some of this stuff can actually relate to iMovie quite a bit. Say I had multiple layers or something, I'm just going to layer some stuff on here. What's the thing without audio? So like that. So say I wanted to cut all these clips. Actually, that's really disturbing. Say I wanted to cut all these clips straight down the middle. I could select them or cut each one of them. But I could just click Command K. Splits them all down the center. Except for the ones that have the track output down. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those because I'm not using them. I don't need them yet. Actually, I just realized I should probably just undo everything because there was still some tracks cut. That is my chair. Deal with it. This would be a good clip before the drop. It's like right there, there's another clip. Actually, I have a great idea. I'll start making it flash when it goes there. Right there. I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, I think it's all good. Oh no. Actually, I can see the stream health on OBS and it's kind of fluctuating a bit there. But it is capturing at 60 FPS, which is a good sign. So, I don't know how fast that goes. I guess just every time for one frame. I'll cut it out at the beginning of every thing there. Yeah, I'm breathing into the microphone, deal with it. That looks pretty good. Just cut it like a million times here. It's really hype. Actually, that's almost perfect. Right on the mark. Still got quite a few cuts to do. if anyone knows a faster way to do this, like cut it basically 1,000,000 times every 2 frames, that's more of a Premiere expert than me. Please tell me, because I kind of want to do this again. I don't want to have to do basically cut it 1,000,000 times. Cut it 1 frame too late. Gosh, this is gonna give everyone a seizure or something. How much work I've put into this stupid thing. So I've just got to delete every other thing. That's actually quite fast. And get that done pretty quick. Aw, what the heck? That actually looks amazing. So let's watch the intro all the way through. Actually, I'm gotta make sure. Yeah, I deal with the aspect ratio. That's an amazing intro. I'll say that much. I'm actually going to cut my camera real quick because it's getting a little bit out of sync. And I'm sure a few viewers have already noticed that. Do you even need the camera? Like, do we really need the camera? Plug the camera back in, and it's not coming back on. So, I don't know what's going on there. Did OBS just... Yeah, OBS just cut my camera. So, I'm just going to go straight to monitor only. Who needs a camera? Actually, I think the camera covered up a little bit of my list view and icon view, but it doesn't matter too much. So, I guess we don't have any more camera from this point on. So now, I'll just find some more footage. At that point, start getting the footage. I honestly don't think that this is enough footage to make a whole video, because this is really not that much footage. I'm surprised that I didn't get more footage than I did. I'm going to have to cut this ballin' track even shorter. When I was talking to Brad at church, he said, oh yeah, it'll be plenty of footage to cover 2 minutes. It's really not for how fast-paced the video is. So you can use some more. And a trick is, if you're not selected on a clip, you can actually just hover your mouse over a clip and it'll just start playing the thumbnail of the clip. If you're watching in 1080p, you can see the thing or the video moving, because it is in fact playing the video. What is this? I don't understand. Why? What is this? Is it like pin something on something else? Man, they got movers and stuff in there. That's amazing. I don't know how to find, or what's a good clip for this. I think the egg would be pretty good. The minion, as we call him, or Mitchell Kuntz. Gone through kind of fast, but it's kind of what you have to do. That's pretty good right there. Could do some slow-mo on it because he filmed it at 60 FPS. So I'm going to drag that into the timeline there. And the keyboard shortcut for it is Command R, which is clip speed duration. And to slow down a clip so much that it's not actually choppy or anything, for a 60 FPS video to play back at 24 FPS, it needs to be 40%. You can just do the math there. Just make the speed 40%. See? Playing just fine, actually. It's not as impressive as I'd like because is it such a slow shutter speed that I don't really think I can use it. Or I don't think I can make it slow motion. I can for sure use the clip, but it's just not slow motion, which I guess is acceptable. It's not the greatest thing, but even if you film at 60 FPS and it's a dark environment, it will in fact slow it down to almost 30 FPS. Audio is a bit weird, but I think it's fine. What is this? Yeah, this will just be an egg montage at the start. So that's all the footage that I can find. I guess it's kind of fine because it's funny. Yeah, so what? It's cool. It's my fault for not going and just filming myself. Or not filming myself, but doing the filming myself. It don't matter, I guess. Who is that? That was a horrible sound. Can do something with this clip. So what I'm going to do here is cut it there. Just scale this in to make it the proper aspect ratio. Just going to scale it in to that, whoever that is in the back. And then go 40% speed on that. No 40% speed. That's cool. Alright. What was the clip that I was using? It's 0040. Right. No, it wasn't. What was the clip I was using? It was 43. Wow, I have a lot of footage of just this one event. This is a funny event, but it's not really it's an easy thing to film, but it's not the most exciting when you film just that the entire time. What is this crud? I'm gonna zoom in my playhead a little bit so I can scrub a little better. Don't take that the wrong way. Basically just making an egg smashing montage right now. I can split these clips around and stuff because they're all on the same beat. It's a universal beats per minute. It's the same beats per minute the entire song, obviously. So you can really just rearrange the layers or rearrange the clips. It will still be in sync. Oh wait, there he is with his iPhone X. Is that Noah? Isn't that... That is Noah. That's funny. I don't even know these houses. All I know is my house. What was that? Was that Nick just yelled Allahu Akbar? I literally heard someone yell that. Yeah, that was Nick. Who else would it be? It's pretty good though. That was very loud. So apologize, headphone users. Man, there's a lot of egg smashing footage to go through. This wasn't a live stream. I probably wouldn't even do it. What use is it if it's not a live stream? What did I miss? Did I miss something? No, I didn't. Who's filming with their phone? I mean, at this point in time, I'd probably be fine with someone filming with their phone, but I really dislike when people film, well, especially vertically. Vertical video is annoying, but anything else not. It's tolerable. I mean, semi-pro videographer like myself likes horizontal footage, or landscape footage at least. Never call it horizontal footage, just landscape footage. I don't even know where this is. I don't even know what building this is. It looks like this is the lunchroom. It doesn't look like it's the worship thing. No, this is the lunchroom. I don't know exactly what it's called, but that's where you eat lunch. And I know this from when I went a few years ago, which is exactly why I didn't go this year. What I can actually do is click I. No, I don't really know how to do that. Cut it. Kind of make it go in and out, so copy it. Copy it like that, forward, backward, forward, backward. Reverse speed. Reverse speed. That's amazing. This needs to come to right there. How many can I fit? Fit a good amount. About that many. Just every other verse speed. So that'll look cool, I think. That looks awesome. Then cut it there. Yeah, this is one of my best edits, actually. I've got 40 seconds, and it's entirely egg smashing. Does not give me a good feeling about this footage. I don't know how he thought this would end up being. That is not enough footage for hardly anything. Take off your jacket. One can never be hot, you know? Just like some... I'm not gonna say it, but it looks like something, I'm not gonna even mention it. Move that forward a little bit. Could add in a sound effect there. Cut that, copy it, paste it. This might be a good time to mention track layers and targeting. So say, I pasted it right on top of this layer. It would just cut it off. But if I click on V3 and turn off V1, it now will copy it to V3 and audio layer 1. Unless you untoggle all these and then copy it, then it doesn't cut over anything. So that's targeting. Go back to target layer V1 and layer A1 or A2, A3. And use the down or the up arrow. Go to the end of the last clip and actually just do that. And I'll slow that down to say 60%. And then I'm gonna go grab a sound effect from my sound effect library called SFX and CG. If you want this folder, I could probably provide it through a Google Drive link. There's a whip crack sound effect that I could use here. I'm going to solo this track on. Yeah, that's pretty good. I took it from Channel Superfun, if anyone is wondering. Channel Superfun Classic. I wish they still did videos. I slowed that down by 70% and maintain the audio pitch. That's pretty good. Extend it out all the way. That's not bad. Go back to effects, and I have this frequently used bin. And to drag a constant power on the end of it so that there's not that music in the background. See how it sounds with all the tracks enabled. So that's pretty good. It's just kind of in the surroundings. Just gonna unselect scale to frame size. Zoom it in back there. That's pretty good. Pretty not. That could be in slow-mo, the high five. That would be 60. Is it 60 or 40? I think it's 40. Do the math, I don't know. It's 60. My bad, just do the math before you do anything like this. Just look at what the actual percentages are. Let's see. I'm gonna see how it looks so far. Baby, I'm balling. That's pretty good. That's not a bad compilation there. Not bad. I'm going to stop this stream at an hour because that's what I think it should end at. Because who would watch longer than an hour? So I'm going to continue the stream for 15 more minutes, and then I'm just going to edit on my own. So this will continue for about 15 more minutes. Which I'm pretty sure I can get some other footage. I'm just going to scroll through these here. Yeah, this is nothing. Where's the bass drop? Baby, I'm Okay, right there I'm going to use some of the slow-mo. Just like that. That'll be cool. That definitely needs to be scaled quite a bit. And it's 640 by 480, so that doesn't help one bit. Except that, you know, the iPhone X is somewhat sharp. So what I'm going to do here, cut this, copy it, and reverse it. No. Reverse it. Right here. Then it'll go into the other part. That needs to be sped up quite a bit. 300%. Aw, dang it. This needs to be longer. That's what she said. 300%. That's pretty good there. Move that back a little bit. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I don't even know who that is, but it looks like Nick. Okay, that I can right here, where it's like that kind of sound. I'm gonna do that the double or the every other frame thing. Just gonna. It's time consuming, but it's worth it to me. It looks cool, so you know what? Why not? If it looks cool, just do it. Cut out every other. You can even make some like faster or slower or something. That's not. Somehow I think I did every 3 frames. I did do every 3 frames. Oh well. Played myself here. Do every 1 frame for these over here. Don't worry, the most important key you need to know is Command Z. Undo. It's pretty good though. Still looks pretty decent. I don't think it looks too bad. Because I'm playing at half res, so I go to full res. Doesn't look too bad there. I think it dropped some frames there. Yeah, the orange indicator. So 3 frames. I'm guessing that's these 3 right here. I don't know what else. Need some color run. at that point I can add some other footage. What is this? Does he not know that the camera is on? I don't think so. I don't think he knows. Who is that? I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't know the GoPro's on. Oh, this is, oh, that kickball thing or something. Sandball. I don't know. I don't know what the heck it's called. All that I know is that he tried to film it, but... Or maybe he didn't. He just didn't know the camera was on. Oh well. He didn't know the camera was on there either. Now that I've got a composition kind of set up before the 50 before I have 9 minutes. So I have 9 minutes. I'm going to select all these layers and select, or really unselect, scale to frame size. So it'll fill up the whole aspect ratio, as you can see. And I'm going to make a color grade. No one knows what that means. Well, that's your problem. So that one should probably still need to be scaled. That one does. Didn't do anything to that one. Just needs to be scaled to the whole aspect ratio. So does that one. So does that. Oh my gosh. Every single one of those needs to be changed like that. Here's how you do that. Come up to Motion, click Command C to copy, and then go over every other one and paste it. There you go. And then can just like make these go up or whatever if they're misframed. It's the beauty of aspect ratios like this and shooting in 16:9 is that you can actually just move the image up and down. Quite helpful. So I think that's it. I'm going to make a color grade. So you use the Lumetri color tab. You can do this in iMovie too. It's like a little paint thing that you hold in your hand. I don't know what those things are called. So basically I'm going to make a real contrasty kind of, so I'm going to go 40 here. And I'm going to increase the saturation quite a bit just to make it look kind of cool. Go over to Creative. Shadow tints need to be blue. Highlight tints orange. So that makes kind of like an old film type of look. I can increase the vibrance too. I forget that there's a vibrance setting on this. So now that I made a color grade on that one clip, I'm going to come over to Lumetri and click Command C, and I'm going to create a new adjustment layer. What an adjustment layer does, basically it's just a transparent layer that you can do stuff to. So I'm going to, not in that sense, I'm going to delete Lumetri from the actual media, copy to the adjustment layer, boom, there's the grade. You can just move that over multiple clips. Now all the clips have the grade on them. So that you see how the adjustment layer works. To fix individual clips like these dark clips here, basically just cut out the part of the adjustment layer overhanging that clip and then adjust it. So I'm going to turn down my saturation a little bit on this, go 100 on this one, and then make it less contrasty and more exposure. There we go, now it's fixed. That one is also different because it was different lighting than the reference clip, so that needs to be more contrast. And the tint also needs to be more green because I noticed it was really purple. Let's be more green, and I can also adjust the shadow tint to be more blue if I want to, like that. Highlight tint is more orange. There you go, now it looks great. And basically just do this for every clip until you have it how you like it. So if you don't have it how you like it, it ain't your video. You do it how you want. It's your style of editing. That's what I always think. You don't edit how other people do. And you can use certain tips and tricks from other people, but you really just edit your own style. So here's the use of targeting. So I have footage that is like this, and also footage that was in the same kind of environment, like all this footage here. But I don't want to individually change each adjustment layer. I'm just going to delete this whole adjustment layer and change my track targeting to the number 2 one. Go to the beginning of the clip and simply just copy copy the adjustment layer. There you go. Now it's a proper grade. That's how you do color grades. That's how I do color grades, at least. Like that. And that is similar to this. Come here, copy it in. It's pretty cool now. That's the same type of thing. That's different. That's a dark one. So I'm going to come back over to the dark one. Not in that sense. Copy the adjustment layer again. Okay. And now is the point where you see the benefit of autosave. Because Premiere is one of the buggiest applications that anyone has ever made, this will happen. Hit enter, your screen will go blank. You know why? Your application just crashed. You're welcome. Reopen Premiere, and you're sincerely hoping that it has autosaved. Most likely it has, because I set my autosave to be very quick. And that's how it's supposed to be. So now, click yes. Just create a new recovery project. Now, it'll try and recover as much of your work as possible. There's all my grades. So I think the last thing I was doing when I graded is literally just try and edit this clip. Oh, no. Okay, so there's an issue with this specific part in the timeline. So this is when you have to find other things that will work, say selecting all of them and copying the lumetri color to each individual clip. Because I'm moving an adjustment layer over so many clips at once, it for some reason crashes. So I'm going to do it just like, oh, what in the world? I'm almost to my 1 hour thing, but I'm gonna keep going after an hour because this is quite frustrating right now. So as you can see, I can't add an adjustment layer over that clip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to copy that grade and make it how I want it on. So to effect controls and copy the grade. Not delete the media, delete the layer. So here now it's graded. So now it's quite red. So I'm going to change everything to more kind of blue or green type of old film look is what I'm going for. Vibrance is quite high. Kind of all this stuff that you just have to look at. Now you go ahead and copy lumetri. Select all of these. Go boom. Copy them in. Now they're all the same grade. I've actually never done this effect, and I've never had Premiere crash that many times, believe it or not. So that is how you get over crashing, or Premiere crashing all the time. So now this dark footage, I had some dark footage that was this grade. So I'm going to copy the adjustment layer over all those. Actually, I can copy that over every single clip here, hoping it doesn't crash again. Now they're all colored. How convenient. Now obviously that composition isn't done, so that needs a little bit of work. What is this? Oh, that's right, that's the other footage that... Probably going to use the color run footage for this portion of the video. Can try and use some of this. I don't know, it's not very great, but something. I don't even know who that is, but obviously he had his GoPro on. I don't know exactly what was going on there. I can just try and copy that. That looks kind of cool. It's obviously not great, but it's something. Again, scale that up. Can probably move it down a little bit too. Really hope that's not very loud, but it might be. So just some canoeing footage. Could probably use some of that. All these clips are out of place again. I'm gonna go back to my, actually I don't need to do that, just sort by name. Now they're all in the right order. I was wondering, that seemed really out of place. Oh, how nice, there's a plane right above the house right now. Out. No, it's too short. That's what she said. Right, I'm going to try and find some better clips. Actually, this is the last clip shot on the GoPro. There's really not enough footage for an entire video. Really hope there's more video that I can find somewhere else or something. Can probably use the audio from this. So I'm going to move this audio track down into A3. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to add a constant power, like an audio crossfade basically. It's pretty good there. It's how long till the next clip? It's like there I can start using the main footage from this. It's a pretty long clip. I'd make a small thing there. Yeah. That's pretty good. So now I just need to frame this correctly. It's like that. That is, I really wish it wasn't like this, but it has to because I wasn't given any footage. That's pretty good. some more outdoor footage. I know there was some. What about the image sequence? There might be something there. Oh yeah, totally. Can use this. Even though it's an image sequence, it's technically still video. It's bad I can't really use any time lapses here. Or like clips sped up because I need all the time I can. Can't really waste that much time. See, I have this clip, but it's not really that impressive. Actually, yeah, it is. I'll use it. Why not? It's funny. It's too long, so make it just the V3 and A3. That's a really weird effect. The clip behind it is showing. Oh no. Yeah, this is some crazy stuff that I'm doing here. My hand is real tired. That's pretty good. Stammering a little bit here. Doesn't matter. 134. 134. That's a pretty good composition so far. So I'm going to play back everything that I have, and I'm going to end it here because I actually have things to do today. So I'm going to watch it through, all the way through. I go half res. Yeah, it's half res, deal with it. I'm going to skip forward a little bit because there's a little gap that I need to fill. This is not color graded, so I'll have to add a grade to this, and it's basically done. Fill in that gap, and then export it. You'll see it on YouTube. Yep, and then just fill in that. I don't know if I'm going to have enough footage to actually fill in that, but I'm going to see. I'm also going to hope that my camera comes back on. Unfortunately, it doesn't. My camera is still offline. Unfortunately. Yeah, device is turned off, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer because you're only seeing a black screen. I don't know what could be using the webcam. I don't think anything is. I think it's just not coming on. So that means we've come to the end of the live stream. Thank you to all that have watched. I have no idea how many people watched or how long they watched for. But I think that's it. You will see the finished product on YouTube, possibly a few days, maybe a week or so. Not really entirely sure. But that's it. What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, thank you to Brad Mowery for taking all this footage and allowing me to edit it. That's it. I enjoy editing, but not when I don't have enough footage. Because usually I film way more than I actually need to. So I'm going to quit out of that and save my copy of project. And go over to OBS and stop streaming.